What's up, y'all? Down South 77 here again, and this is 3 Star Draw. This is the channel where we talk about G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe related things, specifically focusing on G.I. Joe Classified, because that's what I'm into and that's what all the kids are talking about these days. There ain't no kids talking about it. It's us 40 and 50 something year old grown ass people that are talking about it, but that's okay. So, I did a thing. I went ahead and I ordered Mutt and Junkyard from the CMD store. I've never ordered from them before. I'm not one that's big on paying the impatient tax to get figures early. I've done it a couple of times early summer, but I order from Robot Kingdom or I've ordered from. I've got a seller I like on AliExpress. I've had good things dealings with. I should have just went ahead and ordered Mutt and Junkyard on CMD because I knew they were going to get them first. I didn't. I have them ordered on Pulse and I have them ordered on Amazon, and I was going to cancel whichever one of the two, get the one that shipped first and cancel the other one, which is looking like Amazon right now because people are getting early shipping notices for him for as early as next week, like the second or third, I think. Mine still says January 16th. I hadn't canceled it yet. I canceled my Pulse one because the day they dropped all those pre orders, I talked about it in that video, they moved him from January to April. Now he's probably going to ship sooner. I don't know why they did that. I saw somebody talk about, I think it was Punk with Toys, mentioned that you can no longer cancel that order, and when they do that, that means they're getting ready to ship. I don't guess I've ever canceled anything that's been that close to shipping, so I didn't know with Pulse. But either way, I went ahead and I paid extra for him, and I don't think I'm going to regret it. And it's not just because I wanted to go ahead and get him and try to get one of the earlier reviews out. I know there's already some out, but I do want to get mine out. But Mutt and Junkyard are tied or a very close second for my favorite Joe team character. Roadblock is usually the answer I give, but Roadblock is first. Mutt and Junkyard are like first and a half. They don't even make it to second. Been very excited for this set since they announced it. I'm a huge dog person. I like dogs way better than people. Sorry. I hope there's some dogs listening. And I've actually had Rottweilers in the past, and part of that was inspired by how much I like Junkyard in the comic, but especially in the cartoon. I know people have their preference, but he's one of the ones that they're both awesome versions, but the cartoon version of Junkyard was great. So he come in today. It's getting late. I've just now had a chance to open him and look at him. So as you can see, here we are back to uh, plastic full packaging. There he is. I guess he is the first. He's the first figure we're getting in the plastic package again, the window box. I don't know if he's going to be the first numerically or not. He's number 113. You got the awesome artwork. Look at that. Look at eat your ass up, son. You better not run. So there's the back. I mean, look at that. It's just, it's. I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited to get these guys and get them open. So I'm gonna have to change up the way I do things now that we've got Windows back. My thing that I've been doing is I like to film actually slicing the tape and pulling the coffin out because I never know if something's going to fall off the damn figure. So I'm going to have to change that with these guys. And I like to mute when I open the crinkly rolling paper. It's funny, in a way, I'm going to kind of miss that stuff. No, 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 that stuff sucks. Uh, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open him and I'm going to pull him out and show him in the tray. And then I'm going to open the tray, because with these window figures, trying to get everything out of the tray, and he comes with a lot of stuff. Trying to get everything out of the tray sometimes is kind of challenging, popping that stuff out. And if you ever tried to sneak a cookie at 2 o'clock in the morning out of a clamshell container in the kitchen without waking everybody else in the house up, it ain't happening, and this stuff's just as loud. So I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'm gonna cut the tape. I'm gonna pull him out because I can see him. Mutt and Junkyard are in there, and they do not appear to be falling apart. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to take a pause and go ahead and get him out, show the tray, and then we'll go from there. So it's just a little interlude there. Um, we've got this stuff where we don't get the artwork on the back. They're back to the star and whatnot. But I like to open mine from the bottom, and this kind of wraps around on the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and open that and get him out. I'm not a fan of these little flappy things. I just pulled this whole little ear, and this whole thing slid out. So I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever. Windows again. So there he is with a little less glare in the packaging. He comes with a bunch of hands. He got a bunch of hands. Oh, look at that. Man. What's going on? So let's get him out of his plastic prison and check him out. All right, y'all. He does not disappoint. So we'll read a little bit off of his file card here. Stanley R. Pearl Mutter. I say Mutter because you got to get Mutt from somewhere. Uh, I guess that's where that comes from. I've heard some people pronounce it Muter, and that ain't right. So, of course, Junkyard is the dog. Mutt's primary military specialty is dog handler. His second is infantry. He's born in Iselin, New Jersey. And Mutt's a natural with animals. He likes them, and they like him. Problem is that he gets along better with dogs than he does with humans. They got a lot in common with Mutt. Graduated Jungle Warfare, attached to cadre at Special Ops, advisor to Security Enforcement Committee, qualified M16, M14, 1911A1, Auto Mac 11. So it says if you're standing next to Mutt in the mess hall, don't try filching anything from his tray. He'll bite your leg off. And actually says something similar here. Over here, I've got his first appearance in issue 24, the Real American Hero. That's one of the best issues of the comic. He's in it, Zartan, Wild Bill. It's Zartan's first full appearance. And there's something similar in it when he's introduced. They actually kind of say that. So, and then over here, this was his reintroduction in Devil's Due. I get it out because it's a very good issue, but I get it out because that's where he is originally reintroduced into that continuity, and you find out that the Junkyard in that is actually Junkyard's son. Then over there, yeah, I've got that one over there. I gotta have good old issue 79 out. And I talked about that in the Buzzer review, and that's not going to be the last time we see that one today. So over here, real quick, I have my original Mutt. His O-ring is long gone, but you look how much wear is on my original Mutt here. I mean, he's loose. His his paint's all jacked up. Guess what he's got though? I've still got that original. So my Mutt has seen better days, but this is one figure that I would never get rid of. I'd never part with this figure. And I do have Junkyard, and somehow the leash survived. I don't know if this is the original Junkyard that came with that figure over there, or I have the Marauders version. This was the only other version of Mutt that I had. They made two others, and Marauders was kind of He was the only one I got, and I think I really only got him because my other Mutt was worn out. Um, back then I didn't. It was like I didn't get every version of every figure that was a direct repaint because I looked at it like, hey, I've already got this guy. So I don't know if that's the junkyard that came with him or the original Mutt. But let's get to the goods here. So I gotta start off this tray. I want to show this. You are definitely not opening this thing at 2 in the morning in the kitchen. These slots here, if you can see that right there, that's where the goggles were. Most of these weapons, they go through the plastic there. There's a hole there, and something goes through the plastic, and you need to push them from the right forward and then pull them out. This He's in there good. Ain't nobody figure swapping this. This tray is more solid than some of the weapons we've been getting for the last year. So with that said, this is an excellent sculpt. I have seen people not like his head with his grimace or he growls. Mutt growls. It's spot on. Look at that. I mean, this. It's one of my absolute favorite figures from a kid remade, and this figure he's solid. There's nothing loose on this figure. Um, Very nice sculpt. The hair. I don't see anything sloppy with the paint on him. I did not. His legs are a little tight. They'll move, but I didn't pose him much. I didn't bend the legs. His arms, but I mean you can hear them crunch. I probably well that one broke free. And let's see, that one broke free, so it's a lot easier. They're tight arms. There's his canine gauntlet arm. You can actually see indentations in it from bite marks from training with Junkyard. If that, yeah, get that to catch the light. Look at that. I mean, it's it's awesome. Even his glove there, it's got scratches and stuff on it. I've seen people. Whoop, move that again. So I got a very weird setup here now, and I'm reaching through the ring light. So I've seen people that don't like the hair. Like he's got the paint app hair there, and he's got it on his arm. He has it on his face too. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow. So head. He's got the he's got the rooster head, and on here you can actually see he's got a couple scratches. There, anybody that's ever played rough with dogs or just had an excitable dog, that's gonna happen. Nice paint app here on the vest. On the I guess those are shells in there. I guess that's what they gotta be. I mean, you don't carry a shotgun. They almost look like shotgun shells, but either way, it might be cigars. They look like he's got a pocket full of cigars, doesn't it? Got his badge. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Got his star on there and his laurels. All of this has got little, like, I don't know. It's textured. That's interesting there on the back peg, where it comes down onto the brown there. The vest is very nicely sculpted. All this has texture. Belt. He's got the I don't know if that's tear gas. Looks like tear gas maybe, or maybe mace. Actually, it's probably mace. So pants have some really nice sculpting on it. Boots. These boots on him look really nice. You actually see the armor there. That all has texture to it. And you got the pants that go into the boots. That looks really, really nice. Got the boot cut there. Ankle rockers, of course. Um, shoulder, shoulder's it's a little tight. I wouldn't go much past that on the left, and then on the right. So that's about good as he's gonna get. I mean, you're not gonna need much more than that. That's almost a T. He's a very solid feeling figure. Very, very nice figure. I don't have any complaints with him. I didn't think I would unless he just something fell off. So I'm gonna set Mutt there, and there he is. There is the new and improved Junkyard. His vest does come off. I'm not gonna try to take it off, but I think you've got to pop the arm off. I saw somebody say, and the head, and it'll slide off. I probably will take that off eventually, but I like the look of it. We're talking about updating original classic figures for classified. I mean, this is kind of like what they did with Tripwire. They give him modern tack vest. He's got the pull handle there. I actually have a similar harness from my dog that's not nearly as big as Junkyard would be, but he's got some very cool sculpting there. Um, the paint fades up just like it would on a dog. Some dog, their patterns, their paint, their pattern will fade. Um, and it does that. Looks like it does that on all four paws. That one's a little loose on him, but he's pretty much got the same articulation as far as I can tell that Timber has. That one is a little loose on him. I don't think it'll be much of a problem posing him or anything. So he's got the he's got the nub, man. You ever get to meet a friendly Rottweiler and you scratch them right there, they will be your best friend forever. He's got real back, thick, muscular legs. Apparently, Junkyard's neutered, but I mean, I guess we need to know that. But what it looks like. Got the collar. It's a studded collar. Look at that. Look at that face. Has very, very nice paint apps on him. He's got the he's got the jowls that kind of flop down in the back when they're showing that kind of face. That's for real what they do. I think it would have been neat if we could have got whiskers, but I mean, come on, that's probably asking too much. They've got some neat little whiskers on Rottweilers. Junkyard looks very good. I have seen people that say they didn't like the way that his back legs looked. I don't have a problem with them. They're squatting. They're very, very big. That's as far forward as that joint is going to move. You're going to have to move it down here. That one's tight. That one there is pretty tight. But I'm not. I probably will go ahead and heat them up here in a little while. But just to kind of get the gist of him, very, very nice looking set. I mean, this. I don't know. I don't. There's only one other thing you could have asked for with this figure, and you already know what it is. So let's go ahead and get to that. And even if you don't like Mutt and Junkyard, and even if you don't like dogs, I mean, come on, look at the good boy face, the tongue hanging out. I mean, it's just a, a happy, relaxed Rottweiler. That is exactly what they look like. Somebody sculpting this has got to have or have had a Rottweiler at some point. It's it's spot on. It's very nice, very very nice. So before I pop that on there, I want to get to what all Mutt comes with. So he does come with the M16. It's got the green paint app on it. Magazine pops out. If you will notice, it is straight. Um, these new trays, if they're going to do them all like this, the only issues you're going to have with weapons are what you're going to do yourself. And we've seen this. There it is. It looks nice. It is straight. His knife is slightly bent, and I did it trying to get it out. It's if somebody can get this knife out of that tray without bending it, everybody please film it because I want to see it. It's damn near impossible to get out, and honestly, I was in a hurry. So it's got a nice paint app, nice shiny silver, and the hilt is black. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. He does come with 3 sets of hands for each side to give commands to Junkyard. They've all got the armor padding on them. There's the grip and the trigger hand. There's yeah, that one is I don't know. I don't remember what that one is. Either way. So there's the hold hand. And then on the right, trigger and fist. And then that is, I think, that would be the come hand, I think, for him, signaling Junkyard to come to him. So, got his pistol. This looks like probably a 45. It's got the green on the slide. I've seen people say that they don't care for that. I like it. Something different. It's nicer than just straight black basic pistol. We'll go ahead and get that in there. He does have the nightstick. Nightstick is nice and straight. They changed the plastic on us, y'all, on these weapons. At least starting with him, they listen to us on these weapons. They're solid. They're not gummy. Nothing on this figure really that I have found yet is gummy. Get that in there. So just gonna put him like that for a minute. His helmet, I hope it comes through here. The helmet has got a like a wash on it. You know, it looks like that might show. But his helmet, I mean, it's pretty basic, but it's like a black helmet, but it's dirty. You can tell it's obviously meant to be that way. It's even got in the back. There's a paint app there that looks like it's chipping off the back, and looks like it might have a little slight dent right there. They did a fantastic job with it. So he's got his muzzle. I always thought that was hilarious. So it's got red there. It's got green on the front. A little green strap. A little piece right there. Looks cool. I'll probably never use it on him. And then he does come with 2 pair of goggles that are very hard to get out of that thing. You've got to bend these too. But they don't feel like they're going to snap. But they're angled. Actually, you need a little ridge there. If you can see that. I'm trying to look at the camera and look at the laptop. So one pair is bigger to go on his helmet, kind of like Hawk's, and then one pair is smaller just to go on him as he is. Slap that on there. Helmet fits loose. It looks good. Don't look bad, but it's kind of loose. And I'm not a fan of these goggles. I know a lot of people really seem to like them, but it's just one more thing to lose. I mean, I'm glad that they make them removable on the figures, but most of my figures that have goggles of some sort, I think the only one that I've got displayed that have them on is Snow Job. Oh, the helmet fits a little better. I don't have them on exactly straight, but you get the idea. They do have the polarized. That looks pretty nice with it on the helmet like that, or under the helmet rather. So they're going. They're not liking it, but they're going. These are the exact, I guess, tensile, no, density. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Elasticity, maybe, that they need to be to fit on that helmet and stay. I'm not gonna put them all the way down on there, but look, it looks like some kind of frat bro. Hey, bro. Mm. There are all of his accessories. I don't. I only have one problem with the stuff that he comes with, and everybody already knows what it is. Everybody has been talking about it ever since he was announced. So now let's fix it. This is the Mac from the Marauders Gun and Grub set. I did a video on earlier when it came out. See if I can get it in his hand now. The hand plastic is pretty stiff on him too. I'll fool around with that a little bit. It'll go. It's just the handles are a little bit different than they are on the classified weapons. Well, that's close enough for now to get the idea of it. So that's what the Marauders Gun and Grub Mac looks like with him. It is perfectly. I've seen a lot of people say it's too small. It's not too small. It's perfectly in scale in the size that it needs to be. And I actually bought two of those. I got two of those sets. I've mentioned I'm not a big fan of mixing up lines and weapons and stuff. It's just not something I ever did. But my Mutt on my shelf will have this. Set that over there for a minute. He does not come with a leash for Junkyard this time around, and I'm presuming it's because the harness has a handle that he can grab, and you can pose him and kind of where he's holding him back. He's wanting to attack, so that's fine. I mean, it's whatever. I'm not going to use the leash anyway. I didn't use it when I was a kid on that Junkyard, and I still have it. Just it's on him because I didn't want to lose it. So I'm gonna pull him closer to me. Head come off really easy. Didn't have any problem popping that head off. Collar's removable. At some point, I'm gonna put that on Mutt. So these always come off a lot easier than they go back on. I didn't hear it pop, but it's on there. So look at that. Oh man, this really is fantastic. And so here's the other part of the Gun and Grub Marauder set was the dog biscuits. I've been waiting ever since they announced, or since I heard the Gun and Grub set. I've been waiting for this right here just to do that. I cannot wait to do some pictures with this set. It's absolutely out of this world set. So I'm going to turn him. There he is with the good boy face. That is number 113. That is Mutt and Junkyard. And what do y'all think? Uh, I don't know. The only thing he's missing is a Mac 10, Mac 11. That's the only thing this set really is missing. Mutt come out pretty much perfect. You may not like the hair. It I mean, what are you gonna do? I like it. It's some kind of different texture. It's not a tattoo, or not texture, but a paint app. It's not a tattoo like we're getting with a lot of guys. Um, just something different to break up the monotony of flesh tone on some of the characters. And Mutt is a dude that, you know, would have probably coarse, rough arm hair that would stand out, and chest hair. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, I like it. It's something. It's something different. It's something unique to the character. You're not gonna get that same paint app on the next figure that comes out. I like it, y'all. The only reason I cannot give this set a 5 yeehaw is because I had to source Mutt's Mac that he should have come with from somewhere else. Uh, I'm thinking about next year changing my rating system to include quarter yeehaws. I haven't done it yet, so Mutt and Junkyard is definitely a 4.5 yeehaw. Pick this set up if you were a fan of the original Mutt and Junkyard comic cartoon. You just like dogs. It's This set is worth it for this. This set is absolutely worth the money. And yes, I did overpay, and I paid to get him here early, but it was worth every extra cent of that little bit of money. So pick up Mutt and Junkyard, y'all. I'm going to do a couple pictures with him to stick on here at the end of the video. But I appreciate you guys sticking around to check him out. If you like what you hear, like what I'm doing, I'd appreciate you hit that like button. Subscribe. I'll be doing some more of these. I got some content coming. I got some guys I hadn't opened yet, but he was the first on the line to get opened and reviewed. So I will see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw. I appreciate you stopping by.